Okay, so this is an exciting update from Anthropic. Basically, now you can create your own custom automated schedule tasks in Claude AI. So this is not exactly new. We have a schedule task feature in the desktop app version of Claude AI. So that is quite useful, but it is limited because the schedule might only run when your computer is turned on and you have access to the internet. If you don't, then the schedule is basically useless. But now in the desktop web version, the schedule can operate on a server. It is not going to be on your computer. So it is going to be more reliable and flexible and more useful in many more scenarios. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create your own schedule tasks in Claude AI, as well as one big mistake that I think many people will make when they are creating a custom schedule in Claude AI. Because if you're making this mistake, then the schedule is not going to run. You're not going to be able to see the result. And this is going to be quite common. But anyway, let me show you how you can do it. So first, you can navigate to Claude.ai on your browser. And by the way, if you have your mobile phone, maybe you want to check it out, because at the moment when I'm creating this video, I don't see the schedule task feature in the mobile version. I actually tried several prompting techniques, but it still doesn't work. So maybe it's going to arrive very soon. Usually if there is a new feature in many platforms from Claude, it should be available, although some platforms might receive sooner than others. So you might want to check your phone to see if you can access the schedule task feature. But anyway, for the rest of this video, I'll just focus on the desktop web version. So right here, you can navigate to schedule and you can see all the scheduled tasks that you might have created on your account. So there are two ways you can create a schedule in Claude: manual and with the help of Claude. And of course, I do recommend to use the latter. So click new task and then click create with Claude, and you can set up manually, but honestly, just go with create with Claude. And just wait, because basically you are going to send a prompt and you'll get an answer from Claude. Essentially, you can chat with Claude about the goal of your scheduled task, maybe the time or the frequency and some other things. So there are plenty of things that you can customize, even down to the model that you want to use. And there you go. So here, this is what I like about Claude. It's going to give you this interactive interview, so you can choose the answer, or you can just specify your own answer right here. But here it asks me, what should the scheduled task actually do? So I want to monitor something and I want to run it daily, maybe early morning. And how should I notify the user when run finishes? I think I'm gonna go with email. And okay, I'm going to click send and just wait. So basically it will guide you how to answer these questions. That's really nice. Okay, so got it, a daily monitor about something. And then you can tell Claude about your particular goal. Just use your natural language. For example, here, I want you to monitor the latest update of this app or repo. So there is an app that I want to monitor. It's called Handy. It is actually a tool that you can use if you want to transcribe your speech into text. It's actually quite useful. I use it basically every day. So here, this is just my prompt. It's very simple. And I'll just send the message and just wait. So later, Claude will use its skill to turn your request into a proper scheduled task. But later, there is another thing that you need to change before you are running the schedule. Otherwise, it might stuck in a loop, or maybe it's not going to be able to run the report whatsoever. And that's actually something that could happen, and we are trying to prevent that. Okay, now there you go. So allow Claude to fetch pages from GitHub. Okay, I'm going to allow. So it's going to ask permission. It's going to ask you a few questions. It's going to do the testing. And I guess I'll just skip a word and I'll show you the next thing that you can do after the scheduled task has been created. Alright, so Claude just created a prompt for itself, and as you can see here, it is running on the cloud. Okay, I'll just click schedule and it will generate a new schedule any second now. Alright, so as you can see here on the sidebar, there is another item being added, and that means the schedule task has been created. If you want to see the result, just click schedule. And there you go. So we got this handy GitHub update check. It is running on the server, so I don't have to worry about not turning on my computer. Now, here's one thing that you need to change. Just open the schedule task and then click this pencil icon. And here you might want to change the level of risk or permission from manual to skip all approvals. So if you go with manual or automatically approve, AI might stuck in a loop and in a way that it is not going to be able to proceed. So every time AI like Claude wants to do something or use something, it's going to ask you for permission for a security and safety reason. So that's actually a good practice. That's a good policy. But if you want it to run automatically on schedule, then that's going to be a big barrier, because if it is going to be blocking AI from doing something useful, so you might want to select skip all approvals. And yeah, this can be quite risky because depending on the content you're dealing with, depending on the task, it carries some degrees of risk, and just make sure that it is something that you're okay with for AI to do automatically. So this is very important. Okay, I'll just click yes, continue. And yeah, there is this warning, but as long as you're not dealing with something that is overly sensitive or private or maybe could be risky, then I think it's mostly fine. Actually running a lot of schedule every day on my desktop app version, and so far it was quite wonderful. So just make sure that you're dealing with something that is low risk. Now here you can also select the model. I think Sonnet 5 is fine, but if you select default model, it usually will go with the Sonnet model. If you select Fable 5, it's going to be more intelligent, but it's very expensive. So just select the model accordingly. I think Sonnet is fine for me, so I'll just select this. And it runs daily in the morning. I think it looks good. I'm going to click save. Now, I highly recommend to test drive the automation by clicking the Run Now button. And just wait for AI to run this automation. So it is not, I mean, you don't have to wait until tomorrow to see the result. You can just run it now. And if you don't like the result, if you want to iterate or improve the report from AI, you can click this pencil icon and then you can modify the prompt. So this is the prompt that was created by Claude, but if you don't like it, you can always improve the prompt that was originally used. So it's not like set in stone. You can always change that anytime. So this is the schedule running, and as you can see, it didn't ask me for permission whatsoever. So normally it's going to ask me for permission like accessing certain links or URLs, but now it doesn't ask me anymore because I have set the permission to be just let AI to do everything. And yeah, I'm totally fine with that. So here it's still searching, and I guess we have to wait until we can see any answer from Claude. Okay, so it took several steps, and finally I got the final report from Claude AI. So what's nice about it is that it will give you quite some useful snapshot about the result of the task, and of course you can just iterate from this. You can check the report, review the report and see if there's anything that can be improved. But anyway, that's basically how you can create a scheduled task that runs in the cloud in the desktop web version of Claude AI. So I hope you learned something from this video, and if you want to see some really cool things that you can do with AI, then you can subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on my next video.